So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are here back with the DeVoid Community Premium 2v2 tournament, and we are in playoffs right now. This is round 1 of playoffs, and first people that are playing, first teams are, as we see on our screen, in green colors playing Zerg. We have Leonardo and his teammate in a pink, also playing Zerg. We have Shipta. So this is the second Z and Z, so it's double Zerg team. 2 double Zerg teams. It's me and Undertaker and Leonardo and Shipta. On the opposite side, on the top right corner, we have in purple playing Protoss BlackKnight, and his teammate in blue playing Zerg, Fairespiter. I hope I have managed to learn the nickname right and spelled it right and everything. So I believe Leonardo is from Group A, like first. I believe, yeah, they're first from Group A, and then so this team is from the Group A, from group stages. They were the first. They won both matchups they had. And these guys are from, I believe, Group D, might be like second place, so they did go for through three rounds of games to actually get their 2 wins and get into playoffs, because that's what's supposed to. Excuse me for a second, I need to see information about everything else. Okay, there we go. So what are the openers? Well, both Zergs have built the spawning pools. They are actually a bit late, I believe, on their... Oh no, they're okay in time, but there is quite an aggression from Shipta and Leonardo straight up, so it's like 12 pulled aggression, which I probably missed, but they are already eating away Fairespiter's expansion, and Leonardo actually is building proxy hatchery as outpost, probably for his own Zergling production, so that's really aggressive push here. From both Zergs, and now they have to face the ramp, which is covered by Gateway, Cybernetics Core Pylon, a couple of Zealots, and some Links. They are going to try to punch through it. There's a Queen being built here from Proxy Hatch. Meanwhile, at home, well, Shipta is building double Queens. It's fine. Fairespiter is going for link speed. Leonardo, meanwhile, is building drones and starting to build spine crawlers. So he can actually have like stationary, building. This is building like that does damage, which is really cool idea. Well, BlackKnight is taking on that Spinecrawler with the Stalker, so it must be cancelled, but there are 2 more actually being built, and now there is 3 being built, so that's gonna be a big wall. So the Fairespiter and BlackKnight is pushed to actually build units as much as possible to counter this aggression. Meanwhile, Fairespiter actually has started the Roach Warren, so does Shipta down below, but Leonardo is going the aggressive path with some spine crawlers. That's a biggie. Okay, Fairespiter is trying to get out. He's keeping himself out of range of spine crawlers, which is a good idea, and he decides to actually go for counter attack, which might be doing some damage because Shipta just now finishes his speed and Leonardo only now started his speed, so the link speed here is advantage. Yep, Fairespiter is going for drones over here, and now he's going for queens and drones over here at Shipta's base. Meanwhile, on the opposite side, everything has been turned into stalemate. Except the fact that I didn't notice the BlackKnight actually had a proxy. So BlackKnight has successfully researched the warp gate action, and he has Stalkers together with Fairespiter's links. now in the natural of Shipta, and all the drones have been scared away from the base, and there are more reinforcements being warped in. How did I miss that? Well, that's the first game I cast today, so forgive me for my inability to see. Okay, the question is how long and how much of aggression they're gonna be putting out. Shipta is making roaches. Roaches are actually not that good versus stalkers. Lings are a lot better. The question is, how are these guys going to break out of the base? Because the lings are not gonna be most successful thing here. Looks like Leonardo and Shipta is gathering the drones and ling force to actually make a surround on the stalkers and do the damage. Leonardo actually is going to run for the proxy gates and pylon and probe here. BlackKnight was trying to catch it up, but no much success because there is more troops defending. Let's see. Okay, Queen is there. Lings are here. There was a Zealot warped in. One gateway goes down, one warp gate goes down, and there is, I believe, overwhelming force of Shipta and Leonardo here at this corner. Now I guess they meanwhile have built some Ravagers and biled down the spine crawlers, while BlackKnight was busy with microwing this part. Fairespiter was going for the defensive part, and they are freeing up their natural. Well, at the end of this, Fairespiter actually manages to snipe down the natural of Shipta, which is putting them a little bit ahead, and he goes for drones in the main base. Shipta meanwhile is going for roach speed, Leonardo for double evo, evolutions, chambers, and Fairespiter now is just kiting the zerglings throughout the main bases of Leonardo and Shipta, and now it's surrounded with lings and roaches and everything. There is quite a big mass of army. Well, technically Leonardo and Shipta has been in an advantage, I would say, because they have two bases running for a while now. The question is, can they use it well? Shipta is going for roach speed. Actually, Leonardo is going for the overlord speed, and Leonardo goes for 1/1 melee upgrades, which means that he's gonna keep pushing the ling part, and Shipta is going to be doing the roach part. Okie dokies, there are some more roaches joining in. The question is what they are gonna do. Fairespiter actually is taking natural behind it. At least he's feeling that there's not enough threat, but there might be more threat, because as I said already, the economical advantage of these guys down here on the left side has been a little bit longer than everything else. Shipta turns one roach into Ravagers. There are two spines being built here for defensive purposes. Nice snipe there by Fairespiter. Snipe down the Ravager, which was morphing in. Yep, there is a ping on the spine crawlers. Well, looks like BlackKnight and Fairespiter decided to fall back for defense because Shipta's lings have arrived here to do some damage in backstab kinda way. Well, BlackKnight has not still expanded, and there is no drones here on the natural, and as I say, there is one already, which means that Leonardo and Shipta is ahead in economy indeed, and actually Leonardo has his third base already setting in, which means that they are far more ahead than one might expect, and Leonardo for some reason is going for double Baneling's Nest. Well, more Banes, really good, but in the same time he's actually going for Spire, which means that Leonardo is pushing for a Lingbane Muta play, while BlackKnight and Fairespiter is poking on the natural of Shipta in hopes to actually do some damage. The roaches catch down the lings, which is actually quite okay for the roaches. Well, there is a lot of stalkers here, but the army of Shipta is a lot bigger. And Leonardo goes for the backstab. There are zealots here defending, which is really good counter against Lings. But the Lings have 1-1 already. I believe the upgrade wise, yeah, Shipta, the Fairespiter and BlackKnight has no upgrades. There is one spine color defensive and there is another one being built. Still, there is no natural for BlackKnight, which might be really bad. I believe this might be the final fight. There is a lot of roaches, a lot of Lings. Lings are fighting with the stalkers, which is really good, and roaches are dealing with other Zerg's roach army with the Fairespiters. I think Shipta and Leonardo has overwhelming force here. And the GG is called, and Leonardo and Shipta takes game 1. So we can jump into game 2. So here we are. I believe I could start in the opposite side of things. The question is which ones. Yeah, everything's fine. So here we are in game 2 between these 4 guys, or these 2 teams. In DeVoid's 2v2 tournament, and on the left side here we have Fairespiter playing the blue colored Zerg pieces, and his teammate in a purple color playing Protoss pieces. We have BlackKnight. While on the opposite side we are having Leonardo in a green colors playing Zerg, and his teammate Shipta in pink colors playing Zerg. Also, yeah, they took the game 1. Sorry, I'm bad at these introductions. I will figure it out once in a while. Anyways, both Zergs are going here for the naturals. Quite good timing. BlackKnight has a probe which is scouting already. Actually, there is Fairespiter going for pool first. I guess there was a pause for some reason. Happens. But Fairespiter is going, it looks like some sort of 14 pull or early pull aggression, not aggression but pretty much early pull for being ready for another early pull opening from the both Zergs here, which they used in the first game. Seems like they have definitely switched their strategy for this game, so no worries over here. Well, the BlackKnight goes for double gates, goes for Cybercore. I did miss the BlackKnight proxy last game. I don't know. This should not be here, but okay, whatever. It's default state. It's fine. It's always there. Anyways, yeah, the openings right now seems kind of peaceful. There's nothing much happening. There's double queens for Leonardo, double queens for Shipta. Let's see what kind of tech BlackKnight picks and what will be plans for the team on the left bottom corner, because they lost game 1. Whoop, that was a Stargate which was planned to be built, but then no, it's still being built. There is a warp gate being researched and couple of adepts, which are the harassment units here. BlackKnight comes in with the probe and finds out that there is no expansion. Sorry, that's the right expansion. He's actually going for natural, because previously I was, yeah, whatever. 3 Zergs, 1 Protoss is just messing my mind. Leonardo is chasing away Fairespiter Lings, but there are 2 adepts. Well, Fairespiter has actually 12 Lings and there are 2 adepts, which is noticeable for us, I would say. Leonardo is going for +1 melee, he's going for speed, so I believe that Leonardo might be pushing that Lingbane Muta build, which would be one strategy, and the other side might be going for that Roach Hydra, because there is layer already coming. There's actually double spines being built, so they are kind of getting ready for some aggression. I believe that's based on the fact that there is a lot of Lings from Fairespiter over here, and there is double adepts from BlackKnight. While actually BlackKnight has finished his Oracle, and he will be trying to do some damage to the mineral lanes. There are no spores right now, so that's really good advantage for BlackKnight. And he's actually shading some adepts in to check what's happening. So let's see what does Oracle does. It did stop a little bit, but then it decided to go in because he was in vision of the observer. And BlackKnight actually is committing to drones, and there's 11 kills here. And I believe Fairespiter did deny third base. I believe that was Leonardo's third base, or maybe Shipta's. It's one or the another, but there I saw that third base was denied by these links over here. And Oracle has successfully killed 11 drones of Leonardo, which is really good advantage for them, at least economically. They have stopped a little bit the Zergs from swarming up. Meanwhile, the Fairespiter is making his own third. BlackKnight recharges his Oracle and goes for round number 2, probably for the naturals. But now they will be probably covered by spores. Actually, not really, not the main bases, but the naturals are covered by spores for defensive measures, which would not be the best place for Oracle to jump in. Meanwhile, actually, Shipta is going for Hydra then. Well, that's one way to deal with it. Make stasis traps. Shipta actually, yeah, has opened a lot of Hydras. Starts denying some overlords. It looks like it's gonna be Ling Hydra push here from the Shipta and Leonardo. On defensive side, on Fairespiter, we have Roach, mass of roaches and lings, and there is charge and 4 gateways being made by BlackKnight, which means that he might be going for charge lock defenses together with roaches. That would be pretty much the charge lots would be the power point here versus this combination exactly. Roaches actually are also strong against it, so I don't think this attack can actually succeed much. There is Banes being warped in by Leonardo, and there is Stasis Trap here for safety reasons put in behind. If one of the Zergs commits, they might get trapped. Leonardo spots it, so he activates the Stasis Trap with double links, which is a good try, but there is already a lot of charge lots. Zealots ready, they have no charge yet, but there are Banes. Banes needs to blow up before the 4 Zealots run into them, which is good. Fairespiter did stop it. And there comes the charge and warpins for the charge, so the research has been finished. Now they can fight, that's why they start fight. So pretty much the defensive side here, Fairespiter and BlackKnight was not actually going for like countering this push, because they were waiting for that charge upgrade for Zealots, which actually gave them enough the curve that they needed to actually protect themselves. Looks like the Fairespiter is going to go for counter-attack immediately. Meanwhile, Shipta is keeping himself on Hydras. And yeah, he's keeping himself on Hydras only. And he's trusting Leonardo with Ling Bane, which Leonardo is actually going for +2 attack. There was, I believe, 3rd or 4th base denied here. The roaches are catching speedless Banes and actually going to commit for the Spine Crawler. This now turns into quite a powerful counterattack, because charge lots are the nemesis both for speedlings and Hydras. And there are no other units here. BlackKnight actually going for Templar Archives, so he's planning to build some Archons or some High Templar behind it, but I don't think it will go that long. And Leonardo calls GG. And looks like Shipta and Leonardo leaves the game. Therefore, Fairespiter and BlackKnight actually takes game 2. So it's 1-1, and it's gonna be decider match that we are jumping into right now. Here we are. This is game 3 between Leonardo and Shipta and BlackKnight and Fairespiter. So BlackKnight in purple colors playing Protoss, Fairespiter in blue colors playing Zerg versus Shipta in pink colors playing Zerg and Leonardo in green colors playing Zerg. Looks like there have been already decisions on which takes which natural, which is really cool on this side. So it looks like Leonardo and Shipta might be going not for the aggressive build as they did it in the first game. The last game they were kind of having interesting army composition, which was easily countered pretty much by the chargeless from BlackKnight, which Probe is now scouting out what is happening here. He sees that there are no pulls, so there's no worry for aggression, and still Fairespiter build the pull first, so he started the spawning pull first in case those lings from the opposite side come again for their natural bases or for their mains or try to do any aggression for that reason. BlackKnight has successfully scouted the naturals. He's checking out if there is more than if they are taking the pockets or they are taking the things. So this map, it's interesting. There is the pocket base and there is this base, and technically, so if both teammates want to take their naturals, and then one of them has to go for the pockets, or like want to go for the pocket and then it's this opening for both, or if they decide not to touch the pocket, if they go for this, then suddenly there is this opening, and this opening for the both sides. So it's by diagonal symmetry for this map. It seems like BlackKnight is actually going to go for his own natural too. What is he starting? He's supply blocked, but he was starting the adepts. I think he cancelled them due to reasons, and he's going for warp gate. Now he will start them again, just so he can actually try to do some aggression. No, Leonardo is actually sending his drone out, which means that he might be going already for the third over here at this side, which is kind of right split, but there is a long way now from here to here. Shipta, if he's taking the third base over here, then it's actually not that long of a distance. Anyways, Shipta starts with evolution chamber first. Leonardo already did the evo chamber. He's going for +1 and speed, which means that he might be pushing that Ling Bane aggression. BlackKnight has sent out 2 adepts, and meanwhile he's building Stargate once again. His Oracle did quite a big job last game, flew into the main base of, I believe, Leonardo, and sniped down 11 workers because there were no spores. Well, looks like Shipta is going for Lair, going for +1, he's going for Roach Warren, so it's gonna be kind of Roach timing with a +1 and speed with Roaches, and it could be supported by Ling Bane from Leonardo. Leonardo has the speed, he catches out the poor adepts of BlackKnight, and those both guys go down without a real fight, without real damage done. Fairespiter has prepared some bunch of lings. What is he tech-wise going for? He's actually going for speed. There's nothing much more than that. BlackKnight actually builds a Phoenix. Does he have the Oracle out? Okay, so Oracle was the first one, and then he sends the Phoenix. It might be for purposes of just shooting down the Overlords, but no. He's building more Phoenixes, so he might be going the mass Phoenix strategy, which would be what Leonardo and Shipta was trying to counter previous game by building that Ling Bane Hydra build, because the mass Phoenixes but definitely are countered by Hydras. Well, the Fairespiter and Leonardo traded their lings out a little bit. There is a Bane's Nest coming up and soon be finished for Leonardo, but there's already Ball of Roaches for Shipta. There's no third base here, but Fairespiter is joining in more lings to actually deny the third base of Leonardo which he might succeed because roaches will not have enough firepower to take down such a big mass of lings. Meanwhile, BlackKnight is building up his bunch of phoenixes. He's actually going for Stargate number 2, but there is already Roach, Ling, Bane, Bal coming for an attack. The question is, what's gonna happen? Fairespiter is dropping down 6 spine crawlers for defense. The army has arrived. Fairespiter is trying to defend it with a bunch of lings, which are not really going to be successful because the Leonardo's lings have +1 and they are backed by roaches. And there's actually no firepower here from BlackKnight because he has just the phoenixes, which are like supposed to lift up the roaches and then try to fire them down one by one, but unfortunately that's not actually giving any other units any damage, and lifting the lings are not gonna be efficient. Leonardo goes for the probes, snipes down the stalkers. There's some banelings over here, there's roaches, there is infestation everywhere from the right side team. There's actually one Void Ray, which is good decision to counter any units that are appearing. So, and looks like BlackKnight is committing to more Void Rays, while Fairespiter is trying to hold the line against roaches, +1 and speed roaches with just bare roaches. There is no gateway production for Fairespiter. No, actually there are 2, but half of them are down because 2 of them are down. And there are 2 more Void Rays being built. The BlackKnight is now using his phoenixes usefully to snipe down the overlords. Looks like the Fairespiter is going to be going for counterattack. Shipta meanwhile is switching into Hydras, getting Hydra upgrades, that's speed and range, dropping down the 3rd base, building Hydras to counter those mass phoenixes, which looks like the BlackKnight is going for. Fairespiter is sniping down the 3rd base for Leonardo once again. This time he might get surrounded with the lings, which have, yeah, +1. Well, the base was cancelled, but there is, yep, okay, there's 3 Void Rays supporting the Roach army, which is now giving some more success. Leonardo actually is going for Spire behind this, but Shipta is going for more Overlords because his Overlords are dying from the Phoenixes, and Phoenixes actually are now lifting the Queens. But that's not gonna be much success because there are Hydras already out. Leonardo is actually going to drop the 3rd over here at this side. Roaches are going back a little bit, and Stalkers of BlackKnight was caught by the Speedlings. Well, what's the situation? BlackKnight is actually not building any more units. He has those 3 Void Rays, which I believe 2 of them he lost by trying to snipe down the natural of Leonardo. But now there is a Shipta with a quite noticeable Roach Hydra army. Leonardo is going for 3rd and 4th in the same time, and he has a bunch of Speedlings, some Corruptors joining in just in case that's necessary against mass Phoenixes. And for defense there is only Roaches, Lings and some Spines. Well, there is 4 Stalkers, 4 or 5 Phoenixes and 1 Void Ray, but I believe that's not gonna be enough force to stop this army coming in from Shipta and Leonardo. Mostly for Shipta because he has like +1 upgrades, he has all upgrades for, it's like Roach Hydra army, and that's a big ball. They take down the 3rd base from Fairespiter, and they keep pushing on into BlackKnight, which is just now trying to resupply this army with 2 Void Rays. Void Rays are not that good versus Hydras, and there are actually Corruptors from Leonardo now joining in the party. There was a Stasis Trap try, but that's not gonna be successful. The natural of BlackKnight is going down. I believe that might be end of the game. The guys are hanging in there, but I don't think they have enough firepower to stop this Roach Hydra ball which just came for them. There is some army some production being focused, more Hydras and Lings and everything else is beelined over the map in big mass, so I don't think that will be much of success. So that's Leonardo and Shipta. most likely taking game number 3. Yep, the GG's called and winning the matchup and going further in the bracket. I believe that might be already, yeah, that's round 2, but I think that might be already like quarterfinals or something like that.